seconds left. Coming!
Oh, dude, I was
saved you!
Mate, I was gonna burrow cancel them anyway. I was waiting for him.
Hey up everyone, today me and my friend Pi were playing on Australian servers, which is by far my worst ping server in BFN.
Oh my god.
And somehow, me and Pi managed to make our way to the top of Australia's most wanted list. I'm being serious, every player left in this lobby wanted to take us down for some odd reason. So, you better sit down because this is going to be a bit of an interesting ride. Let's get to it!
But I mean like older ones which aren't like new, kind of like in this middle. I feel like they're kind of around a similar amount of views.
So the session starts out pretty normal. We're just playing in Giddy Park, just fighting for our lives as Giddy Park is nowadays. And at first I was playing as Captain Deadbeard, playing it with my luxurious loadout of up close and personal only, as I pretty much enjoy playing Deadbeard that way. So I'm using my up close and personal Deadbeard to dodge out the way of everyone, escape situations, and of course just being one of the most funniest Deadbeard players you'll probably ever see on the planet. And of course during this time many players tried to get me and Pi, but due to both of our, let's just say stupidity and skill pretty much making us the best possible candidates for a team, we made pretty quick mincemeat of everyone. But little did I know that when engaging in the plan's base I would come across a cactus drone. So I shot it down with my shotgun, and this would turn out to be a precursor for what would be to come.
Oh my word, I sniped it out in air with a...
I mean, it makes sense. Like, the concurrent number of people playing BFN on...
I think it's like that both characters can like do on
So I keep on moving through the park as my up close and personal Deadbeard, mowing down everything in sight as an up close and personal Deadbeard main would. And one of the plants actually tried to make friends with me and Pi during this time, and tried Fung Fu me in the process, which somehow managed to fail. No idea how it did, but yeah, it did. So that gave me an idea that maybe people weren't so friendly here in Australia. And with that said and done, I continued just absolutely mowing the plants down using my up close and personal Deadbeard, though I did snipe some from a tree. But this was the moment where we learned we were on the hit list for the very first time. You see, here I knew that the cactuses were staying in their base using cactus drones, until I spotted one of the cactuses actually decided to be brave and come out. But that cactus decided to place down some potato mines, so I tried to get rid of them, and then they did the move of respawning. And of course that did not leave me very happy, as well as Pi, knowing that we were up against some pretty scummy players. But then I figured, wait, am I on the hit list? So I quickly checked where I was in the lobby to find out, and lo and behold, I was top of the lobby, which gave me a pretty good idea that I was now the player that the plants were targeting the most.
Whichever player's name is the top of that list is the best player on that team. In the lobby. And this man is on me again. Can you help shoot him down?
Now, knowing Pi and I were now Australia's #1 priority, I knew the higher ranks would be more annoying than before in their attempts to get us. Although most of our fights featured the lower ranks leading the charge, and in my eyes personally giving me and Pi a greater fight than what the higher ranks were willing to attempt. I mean, the amount of pressure the lower ranks placed on us was incredible, and I loved every bit of it. Now anyway, during one of my escapes from the lower ranks, I landed on a potato mine belonging to the cactus from earlier who decided to teabag me on their easy kill, which meant it was now on.
Oh, okay, now it's on. Now it's on.
Though I did get a bit too cocky in some fights with the adrenaline now running and suffering the consequences because of it. So yeah, that happened. Now bringing SB into the fight on my worst ping server with bad hit detection, I was determined to try and turn around the great push the lower ranks had made for the Plants team, and received the worst moment for my Ultra Ball not to register. At this moment in time, it was basically me and Pi against the entire lobby, having to defend ourselves from our base, and luckily with one flying fist and a bean escape later, I spotted something through all the madness we were having to evade.
There's so many on us right now. Oh, no, there's a cactus. There's a cactus who's been...
And by spotting the cactus, I decided to take my revenge through the sloppiest assassination attempt of all time.
Oh, please. Oh my word. Cave, let me off. Revenge.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm happy to go kill everyone else.
I needed that.
So after getting my revenge and some more pushing back later, Pi and I were able to get back into the park, where it seemed for the most part the Plants' massive push from earlier had subsided, and happy with our progress, we thought Australia had left us alone. Or well, so we thought. As a few moments later, a cactus drone came out and engaged, and considering both Pi and I were SBs, we had no chance of knocking them out of the sky. And that statement would come back to haunt us as we were quickly bombarded by a drone strike, and just like before, the cactus, being happy with their easy kills, flew down to do their celebratory wiggle over our sleeping bodies, and with that, it was time to even out the playing field.
I am shooting out the sky. Because we go counter anything against drone if so if you use SB, I'll pull out I just pull out
It
shield.
actually worked for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Huskop is so annoying.
Don't be a potato mine there, thank you.
It's one of the most annoying
Now bringing out All-Star, we had the range capability to contend better in the park, as we literally managed to push the Plants back to their base. And with our push, the cactus from earlier, now uprose, tried to catch me from behind, which failed as they got a delayed imp punch to the face. And considering that on this server my imp punch took a good second to activate, the fact that I hit this was a miracle. And now, unlike before, we had turned the tables, as now the Plants were stuck with us outside of their base.
Why they made it so long? I thought it was gonna be like a close range. But no, it's
I know, it's got incredible. I think they tried to, because I think pretty much used to have a much higher. Dude, Far Cry did I?
But a good 5 minutes later, the Plants finally managed to break through the major offense made mainly by 2 players. So, with Pi annihilated by a barrage of incoming fire and myself infected with groggy goop and under wildfire attack, I made the brave choice of a tactical retreat. Though my tactical retreat would have meant something for the Plants if they had actually made their way down the stairs from their base.
Not even made it down the stairs.
So, Pi and I rushed back in, taking out the sunflower first to make the fight easier. But during this time, the Chomper ambush occurred, with the sunflower's mate burrowing to try and get us. Now luckily I was able to make an escape, but unfortunately for Pi, he made a mistake getting burrowed in the process, so I decided to avenge him, which was short-lived when I got burrowed myself. And when we came back for round 2, the sunflower has swapped to Chomper, ending Pi's attack within seconds. And whilst I did manage to avenge him, the other Chomper and a corn turned up and put a swift end to my career as an Avenger.
Oh, I can't do anything now. The whole team is just there.
Though, during the madness, we did come across the same Nightcap player from the first chapter.
But I mean, unlike with Nightcap, What can Marflower do? What was... What? he's just coming up and looking at it. Bro.
Yeah, I think it is the same. No.
How does that input deal like no damage to it? That's what I want to know.
Got one? I'm coming.
As time went past, the fighting continued on. Pi and I finally had some teammates after what seemed like a lifetime, meaning we weren't exactly Australia's top priority anymore, which in turn meant things could slowly go back to normal. Well, as normal is for Giddy Park anyway. Although with this new set of teammates we were able to push the plants back to their base once again, though it didn't change much considering the high ranks didn't exactly venture out far anyway. And once again, most of them wouldn't come down the stairs of their base like before. But I do suppose I understand why, considering one of our teammates was a Brainium Basher, the tactic of sticking back and sticking together, all in all, wasn't the worst plan they'd have in mind. And I suppose the huge suppressive fire from afar I was providing also helped in concreting their staying back tactic. Although I still feel like the higher rank players still wouldn't engage without a friend, especially when the entire plant team decided to rush me. Though luckily for me, Pi was on his way after spawning back in, and I must say he had perfect timing in terms of assisting me in this 1 versus the world scenario. And even better for us, our incredibly dumb and evasive abilities and jumping confusion allowed both Pi and I to avoid 3 different chompers who continued to hunt us.
Okay. I don't have Typhoon, or whatever the thing is called. Got him.
Though at this point I gave myself up as a freebie to the greater lower rank player, as I started to feel bad that they were just caught in the middle of this never ending bounty hunt. And I also did this again since the lower rank was legitimately the only player who actually tried to engage instead of hiding in their base. Now the park was pretty empty once again, with the high rank players still remaining, who were still hunting us down, so we decided to return the favour.
Lucifer's about to go. Nah, he got away. Lucifer's on you, Lucifer's on you.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, I got Far Cry Dead-Eyed.
You physically cannot borrow me.
And during one of our engagements with the pair, I saw the lower rank again and knew I had to give myself up as a freebie once more.
Oh, a saxophone! Saxophone! Yeah. Yeah, take me, take me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Don't press the P shoot now.
Then during another confrontation, Pi ended up getting KO'd, leaving one of the high ranks to teabag him. But the unfortunate part about teabagging is when karma strikes a few seconds later. Then I thought as a bit of a joke I would welcome a goat transformation, only to learn Rose's aim without the homing.
Do you know what, just for fun, I'm gonna become a goat. Oh no, I got goat inside. All the chocolate.
And after that aiming failure, I switched to Camo Plasma Wizard and sniped down one of the higher rankers. But this was an unfortunate moment, as the low rank from before had given in to the toxicity that infected me and Pi's hunters.
Why are you shooting my corpse, dude? Mate, I've given you about 10 pissy kills. Don't shoot my corpse to do that.
This meant the freebies were gone, and it was time to dance.
Uh-oh, saxophone. Oh no, what happens when I actually start fighting back?
And these final moments was where Camoplasma Wizard was at his full, vanquishing potential.
Yeah, I've scattered.
Lucifer's right around the corner, by the way. Oh, Lucifer's dead. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I got.
I've hit Lucifer 99 again. I need you.
Oh, my ball bounced back onto the saxophone. Oh, that's over, Crash.
Oh, server
It's
crash.
over.
I know I was gonna kill him.
It's over.
And that's how it ended. Not with me being thrown out the country, or by trying to make things up with these higher ranks. It ended with something as simple as a server crash. And that, my friends, is how we became Australia's most wanted.